Have you ever thought your life could be worse than hell? This is where the story begins. Christine is a single mom whose daily routine involves dropping her son Walter off at school and then hustling at work. Thanks to her hard work, Christine became the first female manager at her company. Her paycheck got fatter, but so did her workload. Though mother and son felt happy, Christine got an overtime notice that day, shattering their peaceful life. So, left with no choice, Christine left Walter alone at home, marking his first taste of freedom without supervision. But the worry was eating her alive. She kept glancing at her watch and dashed home like she was a superhero. Once she reached home, Christine panicked at the dark interior, and as she called for Walter, it felt more like a ghost hunting expedition. She hurried outside to ask the neighborhood kids, but they all shook their heads, saying they hadn't seen Walter. After searching until it was dark, she finally heard children playing and thought she hit the jackpot, but as she approached, she realized a gasp. Walter was missing in action. With no choice, Christine went home to call the police, who said she had to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. Christine's heart sank even from her work time that morning. It wasn't 24 hours yet, and the police said they'd be there the next morning. After hanging up, she was dazed, unable to believe her child vanished. After a sleepless night, Christine finally saw the police arrive, her heart racing with hope and fear at the same time. 3 weeks passed by with no sign of her kid, and the police had dropped off the radar. Finally, after 5 long months, the assistant chief showed up at her workplace. Watching them talk to her boss, Christine's heart was doing backflips. She had no clue whether it was good news or bad. Christine was so overwhelmed that tears poured down her face, and her colleagues were just as emotional. In 1928, without electronics, finding someone was like a needle in a haystack. So, Christine's heart was full of gratitude for the police, but just like a roller coaster, it was a twisted mix of love and hate. Soon enough, that year, Christine's kid was coming back, just like the sun shining through the clouds. A horde of reporters swarmed around as Captain Jones led Christine back to the station, ready to welcome Walter home. The sheriff kept coaching Christine on how to deal with the press, but her heart had already fallen off to her son. Before the sheriff could finish, Christine zoomed towards the train like lightning, searching each car like a true treasure hunter. But she couldn't find Walter anywhere until the last car stopped and a woman stepped off with a boy in her arms, leaving Christine utterly speechless. What the heck? That's not my son. What kind of messed up game is this? I didn't mistake him. Seriously, what mother wouldn't recognize her own kid? Jones explained that since the kid had been missing, looking a bit different from lack of food and sleep was totally normal. Yeah, write a line straight out of a sitcom. It sounded ludicrous coming from Jones, and Christine refused to accept this absurdity. This boy claimed to be Walter and even recited Christine's address like a champ. He said this woman in front of him was his mom, and Christine was engulfed by a wave of fear. She was just an ordinary woman, and now she found herself in a truly helpless situation. Is that really Walter? Don't you recall? We were meant to take him home. Let me try again, seriously. Yes, I'll be better in a familiar environment. Give him time to adjust. Subtitles, see? This is you, Walter. I swear to you, I'm definitely not joking. If you have any questions, just come talk to me. They'll take good care of him. Mrs. Son, he has nowhere else to go, please. Maybe I haven't thought it through. Fine. As Christine nodded, Jones shot a smile and waved over the reporters. Deep down, they both knew this boy was definitely not Walter. As a mother, Christine wasn't about to let this kid become a sacrificial pawn. She held out hope that Jones would still help her find her son. With the media capturing this scene, the police wrapped up the case like it was a neat little bow while Christine became just another nameless face in the crowd. Nobody cared about her, so why was the police even going through all this fuss? Earlier, Pastor Gusta publicly blasted the LA police for their corrupt. He mentioned that Walter wasn't the only missing child, yet the police hadn't successfully recovered any kid thus far. Upon hearing such claims, the chief promptly shut the broadcast down. In an attempt to salvage their reputation, the police department staged a drama using Walter's disappearance case. As it turned out, the boy was also a victim of kidnapping. Abandoned by a vagrant at a diner, he behaves like a good kid at Christine's, where there's food and drink. He adamantly insisted that he was Walter, since as a kid, he had no choice. Christine found herself trapped in this twisted situation. The boy was 3 cm shorter than Walter. Skinny, but with such facial height difference, Christine couldn't accept it. Next day, the police arranged for a bellboy next door to meet Christine. Reporters had reported the child was now at their home.